when playing with Tony was just like, although my playing improved a lot since then, like everyone's does, hopefully. There was more. I was allowed to sort of express myself more. That was all, and I really enjoyed that interplay and the way that, like, if someone played something, it affected what went on. And I like playing things that are harmonically interesting, as opposed to like kind of tricky dick or sort of over organised, because sometimes that kind of thing is something that, if you can apply yourself to it, that is, which I can't always. If you can apply yourself to it, almost anybody can do it, because anybody can learn something. You know, anybody can learn to play a really ridiculous line or something, but it doesn't mean that they'll be able to play a good solo or whatever. So it was just rights and wrongs for me, and I just reached a point in time where I needed to leave, and it was a shame that the UK thing really messed it up for me with Bill, because like I said before, if I hadn't have gone through the UK experience, I would have loved to have stayed with Bill quite a lot longer. If you play in a band like UK, where everything is sort of highly organised, but in the worst possible way, if you see what I mean. It's like, it's not really organised harmonically or musically. It's kind of stitched together, and it's just a little bit too kind of computerised, really. And what I mean by the tricky dick thing is just, it's like, for example, learning like a really ridiculous line or something, just for its sake, doesn't really mean much to me. So, because it wouldn't be an important part of the music that I'd wish to play, that was all. I guess that's all I meant. I think Bill's a fantastic composer. I really like the things he does, but all I was saying was it was a difference between the way that I saw what I should be doing and what he should be doing. That's what I was saying about why I think One of a Kind is such a good album, because it shows his strength as a composer. And but at the same time, it's not the ideal situation for me, because my role was very limited in that band. I could only I wasn't allowed to play certain things because Bill thought they sounded better on the keyboard, which is fine, it's his band. So, you know, it was just that it just reached that point in time where I needed to do something else. I think I first met Bill in a pub somewhere in London, and I kept seeing him then in different places, just kind of kept bumping into him, and he mentioned the fact that he was trying to get something together. This was before the first album, before Feels Good to Me, and he had an idea of getting something together with Annette Peacock, and we went round and played together, and it didn't seem to be working out very well, so it didn't happen then. But he just kept coming back with the idea, and I guess just kind of kept in contact, and then eventually he started doing things with Dave Stewart, and they worked together quite closely, writing-wise anyway. And then I guess he put the band together to do their first solo album, but it was not really a band then. It became a band later. he just plays in a very sort of personal way, and that's what makes him stand out, I guess. He plays in a real personal way. It's not nothing to do with it hasn't got anything to do with like technique or those kind of things, I don't think. It's just the way he plays. It's very sort of special to Bill. Yeah, I really liked Beelzebub on the first album, but they messed the guitar sound up. I guess because I wasn't part of the band then, they mixed it without, you know. It sounded a lot better before it was mixed, you know. They managed to be able to make it sound worse. I don't know how. That album sounds really, really tiny compared to One of a Kind. It sounds a lot bigger, you know. I guess that's because everybody said, well, I don't really sound that way, so change it. Whereas if you play in the studio and someone's producing it, and then you play and then you leave. You don't know what they're going to do with it. I mean, that's happened to me quite a lot. Whereas you go away, you sort of kind of booked to do the thing, and you play it, then you leave and you don't know what they're going to do with it. Just take potluck. Cheers.